Hello, and welcome to Top Select 10. Get ready for an adrenaline-packed ride as we dive into the top 10 Hollywood best action, crime, thriller movies of 2024. Curated based on IMDb ratings, this list is a must-watch for every action movie enthusiast. From heart-stopping car chases to breathtaking combat scenes, these films promise to keep you on the edge of your seat. Whether you're into spy thrillers, superhero blockbusters, sci-fi, or intense survival stories, there's something here for everyone. Whether you're a fan of explosive superhero sagas, gripping spy thrillers, we've got you covered. Get ready to update your watch list because these films will keep you glued to your screen. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more top movie recommendations and Netflix must-watch lists. Hit the bell to stay updated. Number 10. The Shadow Strays. Codename 13. A 17-year-old trained assassin is under suspension because of a sloppy mission in Japan. The girl built a conscience when she met Manji, an 11-year-old boy who lost his mother to a crime syndicate. When Manji is captured, 13 is hellbent on setting a path of destruction to rescue the boy, including going against her mentor and the organization who hires her, the Shadow. If you are a fan of gore and brutal sword and knives fights, then this movie is for you. It's an amazing action movie with nice blend of samurai and mafia touch. Story is nothing much, but the action is top-notch with gore, blood, and especially style. Actors' performance were amazing in action scenes, especially the main two female leads. Go watch it, you'll not regret it. IMDb rating is 6.5 over 10. Number 9. Gladiator 2. 16 years after Marcus Aurelius's death, Rome is ruled by the corrupt twin emperors Geta and Caracalla. Aurelius's grandson, Lucius Verus Aurelius, lives under the alias Hanno with his wife Erishat in Numidia. General Acacius's Roman army invades and conquers the city, enslaving Lucius and killing Erishat. To advertise the slaves as potential gladiators, the Romans pit them against feral baboons. Lucius savagely kills a baboon, impressing the stable master Macrinus, who promises Lucius an opportunity to kill Acacius if he wins enough fights in Rome. The film was amazing. It is a satisfactory sequel to the masterpiece Gladiator. The making of the film is just mind-freaking blowing. Watched it in IMAX and the canvas. Each and every second in the film can be screenshotted and put it as a wallpaper. The grading, frames, fight scenes, etc. I was awestruck. One of the best making in films. IMDb rating is 6.9 over 10. Number 8. The Fall Guy. Colt Seavers, a top-notch stunt professional sidelined after a harrowing onset injury, is tempted out of retirement when a desperate plea pulls him back into the spotlight. But now Colt faces a heart-pounding new challenge in the name of art. He must embark on a high-stakes mission to save a film in crisis. After all, the project's superstar protagonist has gone missing, threatening the fate of a crucial directorial debut. As a result, it's up to Colt to put his skills to the ultimate test and make sure the show goes on. However, with danger lurking at every turn, can the Fall Guy pull off his finest stunt to save the day and maybe even find love again? The Fall Guy isn't just another action movie. It's a full-throttle thrill ride packed with jaw-dropping stunts, a fresh storyline, and magnetic performances from Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. Gosling delivers his signature charm and physicality as the titular stuntman, while Blunt brings her trademark wit and strength to the screen. Their chemistry crackles, creating a dynamic that elevates the entire movie. The film's visuals are stunning, showcasing breathtaking locations and seamlessly integrated practical stunts. Without revealing specifics, the screenplay offers a surprising twist on familiar action tropes, keeping the audience engaged from start to finish. IMDb rating is 6.9 over 10. Number 7. Arthur the King. In 2014, in Costa Rica, Michael Light, an American runner, and his adventure racing team get stuck on the first day after their leader takes the poor decision to kayak against the tide. Leo, one of the members of the team, is outraged that Michael has not paid attention to their opinions. After a 3-year lapse in his career, in 2018, Michael is not satisfied with himself and decides to race one more time with the hope of winning a race at last. He chooses 2 of his teammates, Olivia, a climber whose father made a career in the same discipline, and Chick, an older racer whose recovery from a knee injury is uncertain. However, his sponsor imposes the 4th team member, Leo, Michael's original team member, and now a social media celebrity, and, much against his own will, Light accepts. They fly from the USA to the Dominican Republic for a 5-day race, mostly through mountainous jungle terrain. On the second day of the race, Michael gives meatballs to a stray dog at the transition camp. Much further ahead in the race, in the middle of the jungle, the dog finds them and does not stop following them. During their walk at night, the dog saves Leo and the team from falling off a cliff, and they all adopt him as one of them and call him Arthur, the king. For the last part of the competition, and while they are leading the race, however, they have to leave Arthur on shore to kayak on sea. But as they see the dog is about to drown while following them, they go back and save him. The team is thus delayed and loses the race, arriving second. Arthur collapses on arrival, and a veterinary finds he is severely infected by parasites, advising to put him to sleep to prevent further suffering, which Michael refuses. He manages to take him to the USA, where the dog is saved. The last scene, 18 months later, shows them running together on a ridge. IMDb rating is 7/10. Number 6. Civil War. In a divided America, the president is holed up in the White House, facing off against his people. Determined war photographer Lee Smith and her partner Joel, a seasoned Reuters journalist, set out on a perilous journey to reach Washington, D.C., in a race against time to interview the embattled leader. Sammy, a veteran journalist for the New York Times, joins them, and young, wide-eyed photographer Jesse from Missouri tags along. Together, they embark on a treacherous odyssey through hostile territory, witnessing the haunting aftermath of the conflict. As they inch closer to the barricaded head of state, the intrepid team confronts escalating violence that tests their resolve to capture the story no matter the cost. IMDb rating is 7/10. Number 5. Alien. Romulus. In 2142, at the Jackson colony, Rain Carradine lives with her synthetic brother, Andy, that was reprogrammed by her father with the prime directive to protect her after the death of her parents. The Weyland-Yutani Corporation that administrates the colony forces the colonists to stay in Jackson, prolonging the contracts of miners and farmers, keeping them like slaves. When Rain's ex-boyfriend Tyler has his contract extended by the corporation, he convinces Rain to join his team, formed by his sister Kay, who is secretly pregnant, their cousin Bjorn, and his sister Navarro, who is adopted, to travel to an abandoned station to flee to the planet Yuvaga. They need Andy to interact with the computer system, and they also need to recover the stasis chambers of the suspended animation for a 9-year trip to Yuvaga. They go to the station, and Andy and Bjorn realize that the chambers need cryogenic fuel for the trip. They go with Andy and accidentally unleash alien creatures, and there is a lockdown of the section. Rain uses the chip of the synthetic rook that is damaged to update Andy to have access to all the functions of the station, but he becomes loyal to Weyland-Yutani Corporation, and Rain is relegated to a second plane. But soon the creatures attack one of the Rain's friends. Will someone survive the alien creatures? IMDb rating is 7.2/10. Number 4. Juror Number 2. While serving as a juror in a high-profile murder trial, a family man finds himself struggling with a serious moral dilemma, one he could use to sway the jury verdict and potentially convict or free the wrong killer. A modern classic courtroom drama that successfully embraces elements of whodunit, thriller, and suspense movies. Hardly blockbuster material, but absolutely brilliant as an example of the very best of its genre. Hope this won't be the final outing for Eastwood's directorial talents, but if this does prove to be the case, what a truly magnificent send-off. IMDb rating is 7.3/10. Number 3. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. In a post-apocalyptic Australia, Furiosa, a young woman from the Green Place, is captured by the biker horde led by Dementis. After witnessing her mother's brutal death, she is forced to become Dementis's surrogate daughter. Years later, Furiosa escapes Dementis's clutches and joins forces with the warlord Immortan Joe. She eventually betrays Joe and leads a rebellion against Dementis, avenging her mother's death and reclaiming her freedom. Furiosa, now a formidable leader, embarks on a journey to find a new home, carrying the hope of a brighter future for the survivors of the wasteland. IMDb rating is 7.5/10. Number 2. Deadpool and Wolverine. Wade Wilson leaves behind the mantle of Deadpool, adopts a normal civilian life, and also gets a job at a pre-owned car agency, but when he is approached by a man named Paradox from the Time Variance Authority, he offers Wade to join the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But as Wade finds out that Paradox wants to vaporize his timeline, he suits up again and embarks on a journey of comedy and laughter when he travels the multiverse to find an alternate version of Wolverine, who Deadpool recruits to convince him to help Deadpool save his timeline from the existential threat that it's facing. It is then when Deadpool learns the true nature of heroism and becomes best friends with Wolverine. IMDb rating is 7.7/10. Number 1. Dune, Part 2. After the massacre of House Atreides, the son of the late Duke Leto Atreides, Paul and his mother Lady Jessica travel with the Freemen and learn their ways. While Paul starts getting closer to the Freeman girl Chani, the rest of the Freemen either despise him or worship him as the Lisan el Gaib. Paul is torn between his compassion for Chani and the desire to lead the Freemen as their messiah. Meanwhile, the Baron Harkonnen, recovering from his wounds, takes control over Arrakis away from Rabban and gifts it to his psychotic nephew, Fade Rotha Harkonnen. Paul is left with the choice of staying at his current position with the Freemen or rising up as the Lisan al-Gaib and challenging the Emperor and House Harkonnen. Dune. Part 2 is a masterpiece in every way. IMDb rating is 8.5 over 10. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, like and share the video. Thank you.